Girl talk.
I'm calling him. Y'all hear his phone.
Wait, how come? Tell him to put it up some, because now I'm right behind her head. And it was right over here between us.
Hey. Like
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
I can't even see. Oh, duh. Yeah, let me put my glasses back on so I can see.
Okay, I live on Instagram.
Because I can't see. I couldn't see. To the left, to the no.
You gotta lean the other way.
To the right. I gotta come to the right. You talking about to the. Hey y'all, we live, but I'm still moving. Listen.
All right, welcome back to Girl Talk, and we are about to do question number 2. And thanks for tuning in again, checking us out on YouTube and on Instagram, and you can also check us out on Spotify and on Facebook page, Xavia Fox Media and Events. You can see all of the older shows that we've done and keep up with the newer shows that we've done. Make sure that you subscribe or follow or whatever you have to do on whatever platform it is. You follow, you subscribe, I don't know what else you do. So you hop on in. Anyway, we just got done talking about sex, so we all riled up a little bit now. You see everybody she playing with her hair. And
I always play with my hair. That's the thing.
She rocking and stuff.
They told me I cannot rock. I cannot rock. I gotta stay right here
in the middle.
That's right. So co-host Paige.
Yes.
I kind of think you should go ahead and go next.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I had, as usual, I have a couple questions, and I was trying one out with one of our audience participants because he's pretty hyped about stuff, but I think I'm gonna go in a different direction, and I think I'm going to ask the question. Are you all familiar with yourself enough to know what your trauma is?
Yes.
And you had to describe that trauma, explain that trauma, and even give an example of how that trauma may have impacted your life. Good, bad, or indifferent?
Okay, so we made the mess over there go first. We're gonna let the angel on the panel go first.
That's a very sensitive topic. So I'll keep it. So I know that as a child, and then even through my adulthood, we witnessed different traumas, different things. And now it's so different because you turn on YouTube or you turn on Instagram, you get traumatized every day.
Yeah.
So, right, it's like daily trauma of things that have happened. But for myself, I know that there are things that happened in my family or things that I could see that affected me, whether or not it was seeing people that were in a relationship and maybe they were arguing all the time, or maybe they were arguing and it got physical, or knowing that you got aunties that are a little violent. Those things can be triggering and causing trauma, right? And then seeing them in your adult life, not. And the crazy part about it is, I feel like sometimes you're attracted to, or you were attracted to, or I was attracted to people that were reminiscent of. As you were familiar. Boom! It was a familiar spirit. So I was attracted to that person because it reminded me of something. That spirit reminded me of something from my past that caused those traumas to resurface, and then unfortunately additional traumas. So now that I'm older and had an opportunity to identify, these things happened in my life. I saw these things, whether or not it was in my own household or outside. I saw these things, and this is how it impacted me. And dang, I have a child myself. Well, she's 18. I have a daughter myself. I don't want them to impact her. So what do I need to do? So I started to really identify all of those things, how it made me feel, what I thought about. I definitely loved my therapist because we were able to uncover certain things, and even just how I respond to people started to shift. So everybody would know me as, oh, Andrew, you're the social butterfly. And I was kind of like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I want to go home. I'm going to go to my house. I'm not going to say nothing. Oh, Andrew, you were always so sweet. That was a little mean. I didn't want to talk to nobody. So your personality, my personality started to shift. So understanding all of those things and how do I say, like, who am I now? What are these things that affected me, and what do I want to be? What does that new version of me look like? And starting to pick all of that apart. And now, not by far, it never will be perfect, but definitely being able to say these things were a mess. I can't change anything from back then.
Right.
So today, this is who I'm choosing to be.
So, X, we normally let you go last, but I want to ask you.
Oh, she pulling her co-host.
I normally don't. I normally let her just, but today.
All right, well, I guess I've been called out. Let me see my trauma. So my trauma goes back to childhood because my mom was a cancer and she was extremely critical. And so that really affected me in my childhood a lot. And then her and my dad had their own issues going on that I didn't know about as a kid, but I know about now as an adult. And so I can kind of understand some of the things that she was going through. However, at the time as a child, I was definitely not where she should have taken out those things. The things that she couldn't say to my dad, she would say to me. And she couldn't say it to him because he was just going to get dressed and go out and meet his public. He was a very social person. Everybody loved my daddy. And back in the day, everybody knew my daddy. Male, female, bar owners, everybody. He had a good job, and I guess he was cute to women.
I guess he was cute.
They say I look just like him, so I don't know if that works on a man though. But maybe it don't work on a woman either. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, my trauma came from that critical side of my mom because nothing was ever good enough. And always feeling like you're just not ever good enough. Gotcha. Which you probably can't see that on me.
You've worked on it.
But I have worked on it, but I still deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and sometimes I wonder if I put that on other people as well. Because like with men, so I'm single by choice, not because I have to be single. Because I could have been married a couple times right now.
You can.
But I won't say I'm looking for perfection, but something perfect for me. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
So anybody that follows me on Facebook, I'm not Christian.
Okay.
So, and I do not want nobody that's trying to change me and take me to church and a Bible thumper and all this. I don't want no Bible thumper. I want somebody that's 420 friendly. So I want the opposite of what everybody else wants. But it is, I think it's because of the way that people see me, then I attract those church guys and stuff. And that's just, and yeah, I got my other issues. So, but I said that to say because my mom was critical of other people, I feel like sometimes I'm critical of people. My mom was critical of me, and sometimes I'm critical of people. If it's, Paige, if it's the wrong dude, I'm like, I know he is not gonna come over here trying to talk to me. Girl, is he coming over here trying to talk to me for real? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I do that, even though people probably think I do it, but I do it too. Not all the time though. That's not just.
You've gotten better.
I have gotten better. But there was a time when I did feel like I was not good enough. And I think that I did a lot of things to prove that I was good enough. Even with my mom, trying to excel in school and cheerleading and basketball and pom-pom, everything, academically. Academically, I think was more so for my dad, because my dad always told me, he said, you being cute ain't got nothing to do with you. He said, me and your mama did that, so you're going to have to be smart or something else.
Wow.
So for my dad, I wanted to be smart. And he really poured a lot into me. And he told me my mama was crazy. But then he would leave me with her.
But I think we're all a little crazy.
So yeah, that is where my trauma comes from, because I feel like I either am critical of other people, maybe to protect myself, or I'm completely unemotional. Now, sometimes I'm completely unemotional, and that's been like a big thing throughout my life, especially when it came to relationships and men. A lot of them I would often hear, I didn't even know that you actually really like me, because I'm not gonna put myself out there until he put himself out there.
Oh, I need to do that.
That's a whole segment.
Yeah, until he put himself out there, I'm not gonna put myself out there, because that whole thing of, because there was nothing that was gonna please my mom, so I just automatically assumed that, okay, it's something about me that is not gonna please him anyway, so I'm not gonna put myself out there to be judged and be hurt. Because I'm an only child too, so I'm used to being by myself, and that's a comfortable spot as well. I'd rather be by myself and be comfortable than to be trying to get somebody that is, and it's not working. Yeah, that's not gonna happen for me. So that unemotional thing, and that's part of my trauma, and that's how it kind of presents itself as a lack of emotion, because I just refuse to get emotionally attached to anything that is not presenting itself as wanting to be fulfilling. So that's where my trauma comes in. She already knew my trauma. She's going to tell my story.
I want you to tell your story.
Well, even in her telling her story and me even knowing her trauma, I have, because I've known her so long, I have really seen a lot of growth as well. And so, one of the things I always tell X is that one of the things I really like about our friendship is that we can be brutally honest.
That's what I like, because I don't want to guess.
We can be brutally honest to each other, say what you do like, what you don't like, what I did like what you did, what I didn't like what you did, and there's no love lost. Yeah. Some people can't do that with friends, and I may judge her. No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. No, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I do appreciate about our friendship, and like she said, we've known each other over 25 years, and as a matter of fact, I think
Matthew was little.
He was a baby. I was older.
My 40-year-old daughter was a teenager. Yeah.
You just turned 46.
Yeah.
You got any friends?
I got a 40-year-old. I think Joy's what? I have a 40-year-old daughter.
She was 40?
Yeah.
Oh,
She don't look like it, do she?
No.
Joy was maybe 15, because Michael was dead already. So.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I remember. I just remember us sitting.
Yep. Yeah,
we've had some stories.
She looked at me like, you got a 40-year-old daughter.
All right, we both.
Like, how old are you? Oh, wow, you're so young.
Okay. Yeah. Whoa.
I be telling people they're young, but they can't figure out how old I am, so they don't know.
Exactly.
Okay. So you give me your story.
My trauma? My trauma comes from my dad not being in my life. So to me, by him not being in my life, every man that's with me and that know my bad side of me leaves me. So that's my trauma. I'm willing to stick it out with the man in his bad side, but they're not willing to stick it out with me and my bad side. So every man that comes into my life leaves me. And my dad left me at a young age, so I always feel that every man gonna leave me, regardless of what I do or what I don't do. But I tend to attract broken men. Maybe because I'm broken too, but I tend to attract broken men. So
I can see that's
That's my
emotional
trauma.
for you too.
Yeah,
it is. I'm trying to cry.
It's hot in here. Like,
You know what? We all have stuff that we work and we deal with. I really, 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 really appreciate your honesty and like knowing who you are and what you need. It's a matter of believing that you deserve it.
That is part of believing that you
Because
deserve
you
it.
don't believe you deserve it. And until you believe that you deserve it, you're gonna keep attracting the very thing that you don't want.
and also your words. Like you said twice, they always leave me.
They don't.
They
well, I
always.
was telling you my trauma.
I know,
Mhm.
but I want you to, as you're in your journey, change your words. because your words are, the right man is here forever.
Mm.
Like you know what I'm saying? Because then you gotta, the universe and God and whoever you believe in starts to say, oh, that's what you want? I'm gonna give you more of what you want because that's what you're saying.
And I'm going to give you, because the universe doesn't know good, bad, or indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
They just know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're,
so it
It knows
gives
that
back
energy
to
you
you
put out.
what you put out.
So
Because it don't know bad.
No.
So
It don't know good. It just knows
What you
say.
say. The words,
So if
you have
Yep,
what you
men
want,
always
so
lead.
then they do it because
so
you keep
it comes
saying
to
it.
fruition. It's just like I was watching this interview
bad
the
ones
other
can
day
go.
with Megan Good, and she said, my dad left my mom after 10 years. So in my mind, I always thought my husband would leave me after 10 years.
Wow.
That's exactly when he left.
Wow.
10 years into their marriage, he left her. And she said, Megan Good said, 10 years into the marriage, Devon, he left her. And that was, it was her history. She always, that's exactly what she didn't want. So
But
she
you attracted
focused
what
on
you
that.
didn't want.
Yeah, because she focused on, man, I can't let him leave me after 10 years. And that's when he left her. Because she didn't want the divorce.
I didn't know
But
that.
but she appreciates and appreciates him, but she was mad at him. She said, I was mad. I didn't want the divorce. I didn't want to be 40 some years old starting over.
Yeah,
right?
that sucks.
And so
That would suck.
so we have to, and I've had to learn this. I mean, I have my own trauma, right? And
You might as well go right into your
Right,
trauma.
yeah, okay. So I've had my own trauma, and my trauma is, again, it stems from childhood.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I think I've tried so hard not to have my boys have trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's trauma is different.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you're trying your best not to, it could be, you really think that's trauma? But to them it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I, a long time ago, decided to change my thought pattern. I changed my thought pattern on my health. I changed my thought pattern on what I think I deserve. I changed my thought pattern on what I feel I am going to get. Like I wake up every day with this gratitude, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have this abundance of gratitude, even in the midst when I'm going through.
I have that
Because
gratitude
I
too.
already know it could be worse.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I already know it could be worse. So
I've been through some worse, so
Yeah.
I'm always grateful for where I am now.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think I deserve the best.
Me too.
And I put it out there all the time. So even my guy is, now he ain't perfect. He work a nerve, but he has been perfect for me because of what I needed. I'm very strong. As much as I joke around and I'm quiet and I'm innocent and stuff, I already know who I am, right? So I already know it's certain things I ain't gonna accept. And some of that stuff that I won't accept stems from my childhood. And I had to look back and say, am I willing to fight for the relationship that's right for me? Or am I willing to give up because of what I've seen in my childhood? Where I may have felt my mother should have given up, right? And she held on because she said, I asked her, why do you stay? Well, I had kids. So in my mind, that one will never be me. So I have had to fight to stay when things get hard, because I was like, that ain't gonna ever be me, just holding on because I got kids, or I have a house, or I gotta pay bills. So I am in a relationship because that's where I desire.
It's funny because you just said something, and I feel like I went through a second round of trauma after my dad died, and I found out all like the family secrets and stuff. Because then I'm like, okay, so now I know that my mom was going through all of that stuff, and I know that she never really got to live the life that she wanted to live because she was so caught up with, and I was in relationships. I've been in relationships most of my life too, but you get so caught up in the relationship sometimes until you do lose yourself. But I feel like she never got to live the life that she wanted to live, and so now I'm kind of in that whole mind frame, you know, I'm very grateful for where I am because at this point I could do whatever the hell I want to do, you know, and I just refuse to, like when I went to see Charlie Wilson and I ran into these women, we were both talking, neither one of us had seen them before. It was two of them and one of me. We was at the bar at that nice little steakhouse in, Horseshoe Casino in Indiana. And so they had never seen him, I had never seen him. And they were together and I was by myself. She's like, you here by yourself? I said, I said, I've been wanting to see him forever. I said, she's like, I don't know if I could have came by myself. I'm like, I don't know why, because I ain't gonna wait for somebody. I ain't gonna wait for somebody to be available before I go do what I wanna do. I wanna do it. Now, well, so I drove to Florida by myself, which was a 21-hour drive. So I've always kind of did what I wanted to do anyway. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna wait on anybody to do anything. And so that's what that second trauma. So I don't know if that is the best thing for me, because one of my guy friends told me that I'm single because I don't make or leave space for a man to fit in. But I'm like, well, I don't know what we gonna do about that. Cause I'm going. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna do it.
Live your life until whatever the universe brings you and comes through. Because then, when the universe brings you what you truly may desire, you're gonna make room for it.
And see, that's another thing, because at this point, like, you know, I've been in relationships pretty much all my life since I was 15. I've been single for 3 years now, and I've really been having a blast.
Right.
Because
you've never done it.
It's so I can go and do what I want when I want. I got
As long
think
as
about nobody.
As long as I know you, yeah. As long as I know you, you were always about the. It's funny because for me to be in a relationship and her not, it was always the reverse.
Other way around.
Because she always was like, oh my God, damn. But because that was just her thing, right? It was like I couldn't see it. Like, I'm the type of person that if I decide to be in a relationship, I know it's going to be an effort, right? I know it's going to be work. So I didn't just get in a relationship because it was just sometimes going to be too much work. But,
and that's how I feel now.
Right. And it's funny because we have totally done role reversals.
We have.
But I still believe who you are at the core, and maybe it's because I've always seen it, right? Is that you are really good when you're with someone as well. And so that is ultimately, it will come to you. It's just right now, this is part of your journey, and it's sort of nice seeing you, because I've been through a heartache and all kind of stuff with you. It's been a job. But anyway,
I'm glad you happy alone.
But right. But to see you at where you are now and content with just moving and enjoying life. I love that.
I love it too. You know, and so just for the record, I've only had 2 heartbreaks in my life.
Yeah,
I'm usually the one. I'm usually the one that leaves. I'm the one that leaves. But that first heartbreak, and I was 40 something when I had my first heartbreak.
It was a job.
I'm the one that leaves. If you mess up, I'm gonna tell you once or twice. But I ain't gonna keep telling you the same thing over and over again. I'm just gonna be out.
Oh,
So,
I need a joke.
I'm the one that usually leaves a relationship.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that first heartbreak, especially at 40. And I was just telling a girl the other day, because she's in a relationship, and she's like, you know, what do you think about being in long-term relationships when you're young? And I got in my first relationship when I was 15, right? And I was in relationships forever. Like, I've been single now for 3 years, and this is the longest I've ever been single.
And I've known her. Since I've known her.
Yeah, this is the longest I've ever been single. And so I told her, I said, you know what? I said, I'm just speaking from my experience, but if I could do it over again, I would not be in relationships at freaking 15 to damn.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's not even that you need a break. I needed to figure out who the hell I was.
Yeah.
That's why you need the break.
So when my husband was killed, and then when my youngest daughter turned 18 and I was an empty nester, I sat, and I was going through my first heartbreak at that time as well in Chicago. I just moved to Chicago, And I remember putting up the Christmas tree by myself for the first time because it was always me and my kids, me and my husband, me and my man, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember like putting up the tree. Had this beautiful apartment. I love my apartment and stuff. It was great. I was just great. But I was just like so kind of lost because I didn't know who the hell I was. So now I'm not a mother. I mean, I am a mother, but I'm not mothering a child anymore. I'm single. Not only that, I'm actually going through my first heartbreak too. You know, and so I was just so freaking lost because I had never had time to figure out who I actually was because I was always somebody's girlfriend or somebody's wife.
Wow.
And you spend, as women, we spend so much time trying to be what they need. We be trying to be what they need.
I was single majority of my life though.
I date everybody. We gonna hang out, but I'm not gonna be a woman. Like I just felt for me like the relationships that I had were, one was extremely toxic, another one was just like not fulfilling at all. Like he was very religious, not spiritual, but very religious. I couldn't do. One was high school, so that didn't count. And then one, and then one was my daughter's father, and that was long distance, and there was infidelity there. And I just decided, like, you know what? Why am I going to commit to a man right now as I'm trying to be a single mother by myself in this state by myself, doing all the stuff that I have to do? I'ma just be cool with everybody. I'm gonna be cool with you. I'm gonna be cool with you. I'm gonna be cool with you. I'm not messing with you like that. You can do whatever you want to do, but I'm gonna just date you and we gonna be cool. So I was everybody's homegirl. We can talk, we can hang out, we can go to dinner, we can go to have drinks. You can be out with your girlfriend. I'm be like, hey y'all. Cause I didn't care. I didn't want to be cheated on again. I figured like I'm gonna take care of me. I'm gonna learn me. I'm gonna get these degrees. I'm gonna take care of my daughter and then figure it out. So when I figured it out, and now I literally said, okay, I think I'm kind of ready to date. My daughter is getting ready to go to school. She's going to be gone, and it's going to be me. I can date now. I can travel now. I can date now because I know that I've parented the way that I needed to parent. So all them people that I dated, I'm still here.
She's still here, y'all.
I'm still here, but I'm not dealing with toxicity because now I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I want. I know my value and my worth and my standards and my boundaries are very clear. And before they weren't. So I think you have to go through that time of
self-reflection.
Yes. And you can have heartbreaks and stuff, and you like it. It's okay because that means your heart is still there. Oh, you can be numb for a long time.
So I had a mentor back in the day in my 30s when I first started my first business, which was called Perfectly Planned Events and Promotions. I'm still doing the same thing. Okay. That's what I've been doing forever. So, and he used to always tell, because I was 30 something. It was after my husband was killed, but I was still in my 30s, probably 34, 35. And I used to be like, I want this and I want that and this, that, the other, whatever. You know, he was older, so he was married too, so he was actually mentoring me. It wasn't like a dating kind of thing and nothing like that. And I used to be like, oh, this is what I want in a man, and this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And he used to always tell me, he said, you too young to know what you want. He said, you don't know what you want yet. He said, you know some of the things you want. He said, you know some of the things you don't want, but you haven't experienced enough life yet to know what you want.
How old were you?
Probably 34.
Okay.
And so even now, I mean, because I feel like I definitely haven't experienced everything in life yet.
Well, really,
and that's my thing, huh?
I don't think none of us will.
Right. So you don't know, when you say you know what you want in a man, I know some of the things I want in a man.
Right.
But a lot of things that I want in a man are so freaking superficial. I mean, aside from him being smart. I love a smart man. If he's smart, business minded, that's my thing right there. That's gotta be there. Yeah. But I want to be fine. I got all of my other little things or whatever. But I think that part of my issue is that I may not actually know what I want in a man.
You said you gotta be cool, fine.
You gotta be fine.
So what if he come with a package that's not of you, but he's for you?
What you mean?
Like
what if he doesn't look?
You see that face?
Right.
What if he doesn't look like? I mean, he's attractive, but he's not boring.
Well, he just has to. He has to be. I gotta be attracted to him.
Right.
So for whatever reason.
Okay.
So my last ex, he was really sexy to me. He wasn't fine,
Okay. See?
but he was sexy.
You sexy to her.
He was sexy to me.
And that's all that matters.
He was like
Yeah.
6'6". I like big guy. He was 6'6", like 285. Just big, sexy bang.
To her. I like 6 feet or better. Okay.
So he just gotta be. I gotta be attracted to him.
Yeah.
It don't mean that y'all attracted to him. It don't matter if y'all attracted to him.
Listen,
But when I look at him, I gotta be like,
He
oh, he
a
about
short
to get
package.
this. You said what?
she said short package.
Short
She
package.
said short package.
Short. He's short. What if the
Short.
universe said he's
She's not
for
gonna
you,
find
but
seven.
he's only?
Why would the universe do that?
I'm just saying.
Why would the universe do
Not
that?
all what we want.
Well, it is what we want.
No, it might be.
Well, I don't
it
know
might come in a different
what
package.
you live in,
Oh,
but
Lord.
it is what I want because what am I gonna do with someone I don't want?
So
How am I
okay.
gonna have sex with him?
What if it's
If I'm not attracted to him, how am I gonna have?
She's
He can't touch
The
me.
time out this
Okay,
not
so we
attracted
need
to
to
his
ask
height though. Because she was saying like, what if he's like shorter?
She's not going to
shorter than
what?
than
But
6'6"?
Oh, he can be shorter than 6'6".
What if it was like 6?
Oh no.
What if he was 5'9"?
I think
6'2" works for me.
You said what?
6'2" works for me.
Yeah, I think that she's moved. I'm telling you, been knowing her for a long time. She was so stuck at one time. I was like,
Listen,
but anyway,
I like to wear my heels. He gotta still be taller than me.
that's all. Like
As long as
he might
listen,
come in a
I
short
like that.
package.
I like that
Listen,
feeling. You know, when
I'm
you
just
standing
saying,
there.
I don't
Okay, so
care.
if I'm in heels and he taller than me, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I also like it, you know, when you at the house and you know you barefoot and you know y'all just chilling. Maybe y'all in the kitchen and he looking up at him. You know, he looking down at you, smiling. You just be like, ooh, boy.
that's too much.
she
And I don't even care. Like
so serious.
I don't care about the height. Like as long as you can pick me up, right? Like I love me a bald head. As long as you can pick me up, I'm cool. Like I've literally dated. My daughter says, "Mom, you've dated all ugly guys."
Oh.
That's because they all look different. There is not a single one that looks alike because I'm not attracted to their physical. I'm attracted to who they are, how they treat me, how they treat their family, how they treat their mother. Like, what are those relationships like? Because those are the things that are attractive. How do you make decisions? Can I trust your decision making? I get
That's
attracted
big.
to
How you
that.
make
That's
decisions.
Like that's what I get attracted to. So you could look different, but I'm attracted to all of this. That makes you sexy. Like when Jay-Z was so fine to me.
To me too.
Oh my
Right?
Lord.
And everybody was like, he is ugly. Like,
His
but you
physical
couldn't tell
look
me
wasn't-
anything.
didn't mean nothing.
Back when Reasonable Doubt first came out, he was fine to me. Now,
No.
what'd you say? He said cat.
I said count.
Oh,
Go ahead.
leave him alone.
Camel,
Them
yeah.
lips though, you don't know what them lips can do, right?
Right? What the lips do?
Exactly. So again, for me, Jay-Z was always fine. And everybody else was like, oh, he's so ugly. No, to me, he wasn't because I looked at more than just that. You know what I'm saying? So
But everybody, you know, so we all beauty's an eye of the beholder.
yeah, exactly.
And different things are gonna turn us on.
and-
Sometimes beauty ain't gonna bring you what you want though.
Sometimes beauty is not, but you know what? So people always say, just like with the
'Cause I
tall
like
thing.
teeth,
So
but-
even though I've left most of the men that I was with, it was because it was just that time. But I've really dated some really great guys. I have nothing bad to say about them.
That's one.
You know, even my kid's father, my oldest daughter's father, he's still around. You know, our kid is 40, but he's a great grandfather.
That's wonderful.
You know, we got 3 grandkids together. You know, and so he's a great guy. I can't say anything really bad about any of the guys that I've dated. It's just that it ran its course,
Yeah.
and I was done. I didn't see a future past that with them. But I don't have anything bad to say about. I have not been abused. Cause my second boyfriend, he tried to hit me one time, but then we had a fight and he didn't win. And so, we stayed together another 3 years after that. But he never ever hit me again.
No cap.
And last time I saw him, he was making a joke about my right hook. So yeah, that was a whole thing. But we got a question.
Yeah.
You got a question?
No, I was just gonna say, you speaking on height, everybody the same size when you lay down.
Well,
Not
Yeah.
exactly. Not exactly.
Well, to be honest, like it really
Like we can
back
be
to the
head to
sex.
head, but like my
It
feet
depends
don't
on
go-
the position. Like certain
Your-
positions, you don't
Your
care
feet
how
don't
tall
move.
they are.
Yeah, that's.
So you don't want to 5'2" and you.
I'm on
Girl,
5'4".
what are you talking about?
I'm 5'4".
No.
I don't
No, what I'm
really
saying
care. If you can pick, as long as you can pick me up.
So you okay with somebody shorter than you?
Can you pick me up?
Oh, that's all.
But oh, what?
Listen, if his face is nice and I'm attracted, if he got arms, men with arms, thank you.
I love arms.
You know, like just like come on, like you strong, you gonna protect. You look like you can protect me. You look like you can pick me up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can be 5'2". I'm 5'4". I don't care. Now I can't do 4'11". I don't think I can. I've never tried, but I don't think I can do 4'11". But you know, I don't care.
Yeah, well, we gonna
We gonna find you some short.
You ain't no sister finding me nothing
Sure, I'm not attracted to
Because
short men.
listen, if I cannot
What if you don't even see how tall he is and he's just sitting at the
if
table?
I cannot
and you
imagine
what,
having sex with him, he gonna stand up.
eventually.
Okay, and when he stand up,
What
if
if he
he
stand up in that?
and what?
But if he's only.
He ain't gonna never get to stand up in that.
Point. I'm telling you. I know
That
you
ain't gonna
said
happen.
So that's one of my
Everybody
friends,
has things that they attracted to,
I get it.
and I like that tall dominant man, and I like a
I like
dominant man.
I agree with that. I
I
like
don't
a
like
dominant.
the
I'm
other-
strong.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
I'm a
what's
Yeah,
strong
that
wrong
woman,
Leo
so I
on me.
love a
I need
dominant
man
man.
that's gonna be like, hey,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
who's
What
that?
if you never get that package?
Then it wasn't
When
for
she
me
get
to
that
have it.
package, yeah, she gonna wait for the next
I'm
one.
not worried about that though.
She said,
Well, what if that great man comes
just
I
send him
know.
to me.
5'11"?
Send him to me.
You know what?
Is he
So
bald headed?
in heels-
Bald headed with arms.
in heels, I'm 5'10". In heels, I'm 5'10". So 5'11" is the bare minimum.
Okay,
But
that's
that-
not bad.
But he
that-
would have to be
But
really.
that's her moving because there was a period when she wouldn't even do that, and that was. I mean, it's who she likes and what she
Yeah.
likes, but I was just like, you're missing out possibly on
I wasn't missing out on
really,
nothing.
Listen,
There's
you're
always
maybe
been
missing
men-
out on
there's
some
always been
really
men
decent
around.
men because they
Got
are.
that lip.
Which is a,
There's always been men around. I wasn't missing out on nothing. There was always another one.
there were some good men that were shorter.
Okay, that was good for somebody else who like short dudes.
He was a short dude. 5'11" is not short.
I'm just saying.
I'm 5'4".
But for her, she's like, I'm just saying if it don't come in that package, if
She
he
ain't gonna
I'm
do
never
it.
gonna know that.
if he's amazing,
She's not gonna-
How am I gonna know he amazing?
She's not gonna know.
You never
right,
know
'cause
that
I can't-
conversation.
I'm 5'2", I can't do 4'11".
See,
Right. So how you gonna know he amazing?
Now I don't know.
If you're not attracted to
Well,
him, you're not gonna
you
have those
don't
kind
want
of
to bring no short
conversations.
men
So you're
type
never
thing.
gonna know he amazing.
Yeah.
He could be amazing for somebody else.
But okay,
He might
so
not
then,
be amazing for me.
so then are you going into the conversation
She
like
already-
with the mentality of like I'm gonna date this person, or it's just like a, hey, I'm gonna see where it goes?
With
No,
who?
she won't
Anybody.
see it.
Well, if I'm
If
looking
he's-
down,
If he's short, she's not gonna even give him the opportunity.
might-
But what if it's a good
He could be
business
a friend.
opportunity?
Yeah,
Right,
Now,
there
I
we go.
will. So
Because it's
okay,
like you
let's
never know
let,
where
okay,
the conversation's
listen.
gonna go.
So I didn't say that I won't
Yeah.
have a conversation with people, but if it starts to go toward somebody that's interested, so I've had some stalkers too, and so I do not lead people on. I'm upfront about okay, this is not what it's gonna be, and if that's the problem, then we just won't talk. Period.
Yeah.
But friendship. I got some really smart friends. There are men that I'm totally not attracted to that are extremely smart that I love talking to, and I will call and ask them for their advice on stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no way that we would be. I can't imagine them touching me in a sexual way. That's like a disgusting
Because
thing.
he's too short.
It ain't even the one I just thought about. Is not actually short. Just not
She
attracted
just
to
said
him.
I'm just not.
Just not attracted to him. But he's so smart. He's so smart, and he finally found a woman that loves him, and I was so happy for him. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I can still call him asking questions. Everything is good. So just because you're not for me, he ain't gotta be for me. He could be a wonderful, fabulous, amazing man for somebody else.
Gotcha.
And I don't feel like I'm missing out at all because I don't feel like we have to be in a relationship for our life to be good.
Amen.
Because I'm good.
That's true.
I'm good. So not having a man in my life if it's the wrong man,
Oh,
then I'm better off now.
By yourself.
And if it's a man that I don't want to have sex with, we are recording, guys. You guys are loud over there. I'm sorry, I had to talk to the studio audience. they was louder than us. I'm like, what?
Studio.
But anyway, yeah, I just think that you do need to have some idea of what you want in life, and you should not accept less than that, because you don't have to be in a relationship to be happy.
Exactly.
And being in the wrong relationship will make you miserable as hell.
Oh my gosh.
And I've been in a miserable relationship. It wasn't that the dude was bad, but just we weren't on the same page in a lot of things.
Okay.
So yeah, that's right. Anyway, did we have any more questions from us? Because we are at the end of this question. I think we've been at the end of this question for a minute, so we're gonna take a short break, and we will be right back with question number 3.
Wave the flag.
And the liquor is gone.
Oh,
The vodka is gone.
like it's gone.
I poured the last little 5
I
drops.
still got some more. Anybody got to use the bathroom or anything?
I just did.
Okay.
Also offer his Crown Royal in case y'all want
Who wants a Crown
Who
Royal?
about to drink some Crown?
Y'all mix, that's what Ruben said. He listened, so he knows.
Who about to drink
It's
some
some Crown
Crown?
Royal.
We not paused. Right here. Is this live still?
Are we still live?
Ruben, are you doing your job?
Are we still live?
Not on my end, that's Ruben.
Are you doing your
Ruben?
job, sir? Because we
Listen,
not
I
paused.
can't
Okay.
do
I think he
Crown
likes.
and
I think he like all of this behind
He
the
does.
scenes
He
kind of
does. He
stuff.
like to be honest.
So